The unification of the Mongol tribes was a crucial step in the rise of the Mongol Empire, beginning in the late 12th century and culminating in the early 13th century. Before Genghis Khan, the Mongols were a collection of nomadic clans and tribes, engaged in constant conflict over resources and leadership. Temujin, later known as Genghis Khan, emerged as a unifying figure due to his strategic alliances, military prowess, and ability to inspire loyalty. After his father was poisoned by rival Tatars, Temujin faced years of hardship, including enslavement by a rival tribe. However, he gradually built a following through a combination of diplomacy, strategic marriages, and military victories. He gained the support of powerful allies like Togrul of the Karait and Jamukha, though he later clashed with Jamukha for ultimate control. Genghis Khan introduced a meritocratic system, promoting leaders based on loyalty and ability rather than noble lineage, which helped him consolidate power. By 1206, after a series of decisive battles against rival tribes, he was proclaimed Genghis Khan at a Kurultai, tribal assembly, marking the official unification of the Mongols and the birth of the Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan's military reforms and organization played a crucial role in the rapid expansion of the Mongol Empire. He transformed a loosely connected group of nomadic warriors into a highly disciplined and efficient fighting force. One of his most significant changes was the adoption of a decimal military structure, organizing troops into units of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000, ensuring flexibility and cohesion in battle. Leadership positions were awarded based on merit rather than noble lineage, fostering loyalty and competence. The Mongol army was composed primarily of cavalry, with soldiers highly skilled in archery, horse riding, and hit-and-run tactics. Mobility was a key advantage, as Mongol warriors could cover vast distances quickly and sustain campaigns for extended periods. Psychological warfare, deception, and intelligence gathering were also crucial aspects of their strategy, often leading to the surrender of cities before direct conflict. The establishment of an extensive relay communication system, known as the YAM, allowed for rapid transmission of orders across the empire. These reforms enabled the Mongols to defeat larger and more established armies, leading to their unprecedented military success. The Mongol expansion from 1206 to 1279 was one of the most rapid and extensive conquests in history, transforming the Mongols from a regional power into the rulers of the largest contiguous empire ever known. Following the unification of the Mongol tribes, Genghis Khan initiated a series of military campaigns against neighboring civilizations. The Mongols first turned their attention to northern China, launching attacks on the Jin dynasty in 1211 and systematically weakening its defenses until its final collapse in 1234. In 1219, Genghis Khan launched a full-scale invasion of the Khwarezmian Empire after its ruler executed a Mongol trade caravan and later murdered Mongol envoys. The Mongols responded with brutal efficiency, destroying cities such as Samarkand, Bukhara, and Urgench, marking one of the most devastating invasions in history. By the time of Genghis Khan's death in 1227, Mongol forces had subjugated much of Central Asia and northern China. After his death, his successors continued expansion. Under Ögedei Khan, the Mongols completed their conquest of the Jin dynasty and pushed into Europe, defeating Russian principalities and crushing Hungarian and Polish forces at the battles of Legnica and Mohi in 1241. The Mongols also extended their reach into the Middle East, where Hulagu Khan led the invasion of the Abbasid Caliphate, capturing Baghdad in 1258 and marking the end of the Islamic Golden Age. Meanwhile, in the east, Kublai Khan focused on China, leading the Mongol conquest of the Song dynasty, which culminated in the fall of Hangzhou in 1276 and the final victory in 1279, establishing the Yuan dynasty. This period of relentless expansion was driven by superior military strategy, discipline, and adaptability, allowing the Mongols to dominate much of Eurasia in just over 7 decades. The Mongol Empire's political and administrative innovations were crucial in maintaining control over its vast territories and diverse populations. Genghis Khan established a centralized system that emphasized meritocracy, loyalty, and efficient governance. He implemented a legal code known as the Yasa, which standardized laws across the empire, promoting discipline and order. Religious tolerance was a key policy, allowing Mongol rulers to govern multi-ethnic and multi-religious societies without major resistance. The empire was divided into 4 major khanates after Genghis Khan's death: the Great Khanate in China, the Chagatai Khanate in Central Asia, the Ilkhanate in Persia, and the Golden Horde in Russia, each ruled by a descendant of Genghis Khan but maintaining administrative continuity. The Mongols also developed a vast communication network, the Yam system, consisting of relay stations and messengers that enabled rapid information flow across the empire. To facilitate trade and economic stability, they introduced standardized weights and measures and supported merchants by providing security along the Silk Road. Mongol rulers often adopted local administrative practices. For example, Kublai Khan incorporated Chinese bureaucratic structures into his Yuan dynasty. These political and administrative innovations allowed the Mongols to govern an empire that stretched from China to Eastern Europe, ensuring stability and economic prosperity despite its vastness. The Mongol Empire's economic growth and the period known as the Pax Mongolica, 13th–14th century, were marked by unprecedented stability and trade expansion across Eurasia. The Mongols facilitated the revival of the Silk Road by ensuring safe passage for merchants, travelers, and diplomats, which led to increased commercial activity between Europe, the Middle East, Central Asia, and China. The empire's policies encouraged economic integration by standardizing weights, measures, and currencies, reducing trade barriers, and protecting merchants from banditry through an extensive postal relay system known as the Yam. Mongol rulers also promoted the exchange of knowledge, technology, and culture, facilitating the spread of innovations such as gunpowder, paper money, and advanced metallurgy from China to the West. Local economies flourished under Mongol rule due to policies that protected artisans, promoted agricultural production, and implemented tax reforms that encouraged productivity rather than overburdening subjects. Cities along trade routes such as Samarkand, Bukhara, and Karakoram became major commercial and cultural hubs, attracting traders and scholars from across the known world. The stability of the Mongol Empire during this period allowed for one of the most significant eras of cross-cultural interaction in history, linking distant civilizations and shaping the economic and technological landscape of Eurasia for centuries to come.